Alright, so the other day I kind of had the what the hell kind of mindset, and I downloaded Insurgency, the first one, the one from 2014. And god darn if I didn't just love it. I expected it to be empty because of Insurgency Sandstorm, but I guess really what gave me this what the hell moment was that I read a review of Insurgency Sandstorm saying that this person was upset with Sandstorm and just went back to play the first game. Well, I had to see if the first game was actually worth going back to. And wouldn't you know it, I think it is. Now, there's not a ton of servers open, unfortunately. I wish I could say otherwise, but that's just the case. But the servers that are open are full of pretty cool people, and it's actually a lot of fun. A hell of a lot of fun, in fact, and the game just holds up really, really well. Now, it might not have all the cool new features that Sandstorm has. I personally haven't played Sandstorm, I just never had the budget for it when I wanted to play it. So maybe on my next paycheck I'll pick it up. Also, any of the donations in my live streams are going to Rage 2 and Insurgency Sandstorm, so if you want to see those games on my channel, that's where the donations are going. But despite not having played Sandstorm, I just wanted to see if the first Insurgency was worth playing again, and that's kind of the reason I'm making this video. To let you know that if you wanted to pick up Insurgency, it's not completely dead. It's not as alive as it used to be, and it's not going to probably gain new players over time, but it's a damn good game for the price you can get it. And if you've never played it, well, the only way I can describe it is, what if you took Squad and Call of Duty and mixed them together and got like the difference between them? That's what you get when you play Insurgency. The best way I can describe it simply is that it's a tactical Twitch shooter. It's very fast-paced and hit-scanny, but it's also very tactical. Similar in a lot of ways to games like Verdun and Tannenberg, but of course set in modern day. Most shots will be one-shot kills, and the game is just very unforgiving and very fast-paced, and working together to complete objectives is really fun, but also you can lone wolf it. If you want to sit on a hill with a sniper rifle and just watch a lane and pick people off, it's satisfying to do so and very worth it. So when you want to play an Insurgency game, it's not just between Insurgency Sandstorm and Insurgency Sandstorm. Insurgency 1 still has a little player base, and it's fun to play. If you like fast-paced action and you also like tactical shooters, then this game's for you. In fact, the best player base I could give this game to would be Rainbow Six Siege players to an extent, but more specifically, if you play games like Call of Duty for the hardcore mode, like one-shot kills is your game, you would really like this. It doesn't have all of the flashy progression that Call of Duty has, but in terms of just raw gameplay and simplified gameplay, for what you get for the money, it's a great deal. Currently on Steam, it's only $10, and sometimes I've seen it go on sale for $4. Visually, it's no slouch, and most computers can run it. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it runs on the Source engine, the same engine that Counter-Strike uses. I could be totally wrong about that. All I know is that I get around 240 frames per second in it, 300 on some maps, 200 on others. It's very easy to run, it's very intuitive, it's very smooth. And again, it's that good mix between kind of like competitive Twitch shooters, kind of almost arena shooters in some way. I don't want to say arena shooter, but you know what I'm saying. It's like that mixed with more tactical games like Squad. So take Squad and condense it into fast-paced, gunplay-oriented combat and objective play, like a smaller scale. That's a good description of this game. And really, with the gameplay you're seeing here, what you see is what you get. If you were to buy this game right now, you wouldn't be getting detailed, deep, interesting progression systems with tons of customization options. You'd be getting a game where you load in, you pick your class, you customize your loadout, you spawn in, and you play the damn objective and you play it to win. Now, I don't know how well it runs on old hardware, but I know it runs pretty good on laptops, like mid-tier laptops, and even computers from 4 years ago can run it really damn well. If you have a half-decent computer, it can probably run this game. Maybe not on max settings like you're seeing here, but it's runnable. And so I think that the reason I'm making this video is that you gotta know it's not just about Insurgency Sandstorm. You don't just have to dish out that money. Insurgency is a great option. And if you enjoy Insurgency, it's a safer bet that you might enjoy Sandstorm. But you don't have to pay the full entry fee right off the bat. You can buy the first one, play that, and if it floats your boat, great. If not, You're only out $10, you can get a refund, it's not the end of the world. Now, I will let you know this, because some people buy these types of games and then they just complain about camping, and they complain about how slow it is. Like, I've been on the defending team, like waiting for attackers to come push objectives, and then I kill them, and they're like, oh, you're camping. It's not COD, I'm sorry to say. Like, I'm not trying to diminish COD or any game like it, but you're supposed to camp a little bit in this game. You're supposed to stay back, you're supposed to stay alive, you're supposed to check your corners. Running around aimlessly can be fun. You might find some success, but do not buy Insurgency to play it like COD. You can't. You could maybe get away with it one round, but not the next. It's going to be very unlikely that any player is just going to let you do that. Insurgency players punish reckless players. You can be fast, you can be rushy, you can be flanky, but just know that there's always going to be at least one person that has just been holding an angle all game, and it's important to work around that. To smoke open areas before crossing them, to nade rooms before going into them, and just knowing that you are going to die very quickly. Like, not Call of Duty fast, like instantly. If you're running across the field and someone's able to line up a 1911 shot on you, you're just done. But if it's easy to die, it's probably easy to kill, and this game is pretty intuitive. It has higher recoil than games like Call of Duty, it's more along the lines of Battlefield's recoil, and it's satisfying to get into. Again, it's hit scanny, it's not like super realistic bullet physics and all of that, but it doesn't need to be. It's very good for what it is. It's a quality, competitive, tactical shooter, and if you like hardcore Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, or you like Squad, and Arma, but you want it to be faster paced, you want something a little bit more blood pumping, then I think this is the game for you. I can't directly advertise this game to Battlefield players because Battlefield is just on a larger scale, it's more of a sandbox, and if you're super into the Battlefield style of gameplay, you might not be into this as much. But you know me, guys, I'm an FPS enthusiast. I love Call of Duty, I love Battlefield, I love Doom, I love Halo, I just love FPS games. So if you're into something a little bit more realistic, hardcore, but also doesn't take itself too seriously, and is kind of a Twitch shooter, buy Insurgency. It's $10, it's not the end of the world, just go ahead and pick it up. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you, goodbye.